Hi, my name is Frank Schaefer, and I'd like to take a moment to talk about Judge Amy Coney Barrett. I grew up in an evangelical home, the son of fundamentalist Christians who then went on and became heroes to the religious right. In fact, one of the reasons that Judge Barrett is quote-unquote pro-life is because no doubt at some point in her lifetime, she or the people who influenced her ran into my father's series, Whatever Happened to the Human Race, that he made with Dr. Everett Koop, who became Ronald Reagan's Surgeon General. I'm ashamed to say that that series that I produced back in the 1970s became the, root of the evangelical involvement in the anti-abortion cause. Another thing about Judge Barrett that I don't think most of the public know, and that most Democratic legislators are afraid to approach because they'd be accused of being anti-religious, is that what's interesting about her religion is not that she's a Roman Catholic, or even a conservative Roman Catholic cast in the mold of Antonin Scalia and William Barr and others like that. It's that she joined, then became a leader in, along with her whole family, including her parents, in People of Praise, which is not just another evangelical Christian group, but is an extremist organization that believes in controlling people through what they call handmaids, who become in charge of your life. You have to go to them for permission to marry, for life decisions, and all the rest of it. Judge Barrett was one of those handmaids. She didn't simply belong to the group. Now here's the interesting part. Since getting nominated, in fact, just before she was nominated to become a justice on the Supreme Court, the website of People of Praise was entirely scrubbed of all pictures of her and her family and her children that had been mainstays of the organization. Now, fortunately, there are groups in the high-tech industry that know how to retrieve things even when they are scrubbed. All that record was exposed by the Guardian newspaper and the Washington Post. The fact is that she can't hide her background, forget her Roman Catholicism or even her anti-abortion views, but as a fanatic with a bee in her bonnet, part of a weird religious cult that even most right-wing Republican voting evangelicals look at as beyond the limit of what anybody in the name of Christianity owes their faith, the total control of people. What is their shtick? They have women leaders like Judge Barrett who stand up and tell other women that they have to be subservient to the men in their lives, to their fathers, to their brothers, and their husbands, in a way that draws on Old Testament mythology in a literalistic sense that hasn't been seen on these shores since the Bay State Colony at the beginning of the history of the United States. So be warned. In her hearing, you will not hear legislators go after her religion for fear of being called anti-Catholic. They should look at the scrubbed material that the Washington Post and the Guardian have revealed and go to those sources and see that she and her family were part of a fanatical cult that most evangelicals reject. That's who Donald Trump has nominated to the Supreme Court. That's who follows Scalia, who himself was a fanatical, old-fashioned Roman Catholic who would have been better served back in the 12th century than in the 20th and the 21st. But I say it one more time. I come from that background. I understand the dynamics of these people. I understand who Amy Coney Barrett is. She is a religious fanatic. She's also a brilliant person. She is educated. She is a professor. But there are plenty of brilliant people in history who were just a little bit crazy when it comes to their religious or political beliefs and off the reservation, so to speak. And she's one of them. And she will roll back women's rights in the United States as a justice, because she said in a lecture at Notre Dame University that she saw the law not as a servant of the Constitution first, but a servant of God's will. Amy Coney Barrett believes that she is a servant of God's will sent to reform American judicial processes in favor of a fanatical point of view of religion that hasn't been seen on these shores or seriously propagated since the Bay State Colony. Thank you. My name is Frank Schaefer.